And stark new images from the community of Greenville tonight, devastated by the Dixie fire. Shock finally wearing off for many wildfire survivors, some realizing their home, their town, what they've known for years is gone. Others are still waiting for answers. And tonight we are learning something even more heartbreaking. 8 people from the Dixie fire area are missing. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Madison Wade. Chris Thomas has the night off. These are the names of the 8 people reported missing tonight by the Plumas County Sheriff's Office. We do have some good news, though. In the last hour or so, already in the comments on the sheriff's Facebook post, people are chiming in saying several of these people are safe and accounted for. Of course, we are working to confirm this with the Plumas County Sheriff's Office, but there is some hope tonight. Now to the numbers. The Dixie Fire is now the 3rd largest wildfire in California state history. Having burned nearly 435,000 acres, it is still only 21% contained. So take a look at this map of the Dixie Fire. You can just see how big this fire is now, and it really is wrapping around Lake Almanor. The red areas you see represent where it is burning the hottest. The fire is moving north towards the northeast and surrounding Lake Almanor in Plumas County. ABC 10's Luke Clary was in the thick of it tonight. He's joining us now live from Quincy. Luke, what's the latest?
Madison, it's here at the evacuation center in Quincy where we spent some time with folks from Greenville and surrounding areas who are really just waiting for word about their homes. Because California law actually allows journalists to go beyond roadblocks during natural disasters, we set out to help 2 evacuees learn the status of their homes, but the dangerous conditions here stood in our way.
It was the hardest thing I've had to do.
Leaving his home of 47 years, Carl Spang knows the heartbreak of his neighbors in Greenville, but he thinks his house might still be standing a few miles south on US 89 in Crescent Mills.
I feel for the people that have already lost everything, and not to be selfish, but I don't want to join them.
He gave us an address because, like so many others here, he doesn't know if the Dixie Fire took his home.
It just blew up, and there was a firestorm out of this world.
Ray Casanova was one of the last to leave Greenville, and he also gave us an address to check on.
If it's standing, I'll be one happy sucker.
But on the road to Greenville, a live fire operation stopped us in our tracks. Firefighters here have initiated what's called a backburn. That is lighting this side of the canyon to burn up all of these fuels and stop or slow the spread.
He just lost his home. He just lost everything.
Back at the shelter, compassion with new capacity restrictions. With the Delta variant on the rise, temperature checks and masks are back.
He said, I need a hug, because COVID restriction says we don't hug, and I said, hey, I'll give you a hug. If I get in trouble, forgive me. I'm sorry. All right. But he needed a hug. All right.
And with this shelter now full, new evacuees have been turned away, set on the road 35 miles to Portola, where there's another shelter. They will be able to find food and water and compassion there as well. But time and again, we hear what people really want is information. And so we will be here all weekend covering the Dixie Fire. We'll hope to get answers for Ray and Carl and so many others here. We'll keep you updated.
Oh, Luke, thank you so much for trying to get them some answers. Of course, hopefully we will have an answer for them in the coming days. Luke, thank you. And ABC 10's Giacomo Luca was also at the Dixie Fire today. While he was there, he met a man from Paradise who survived the Camp Fire, California's deadliest wildfire. 76-year-old Woody Collington showed up today to support the community of Greenville, even though he's still rebuilding after losing his own home in 2018.
The people that had to run from this fire like we did, it changes you. We know what it's like.
Fire crews are working to clear certain areas for people to return home if they can. We want to get things over to meteorologist Tracy Humphrey now, tracking the very latest on our weather conditions as we look forward to the weekend, but also the smoke is definitely going to linger.
Oh, that's right, Madison. Take a look at it. We're going to be carving out the weather specifically for the Dixie as well as for the River fire. What's going on with the winds for this evening? So for the Dixie fire, winds are going to be coming in out of the north around 3 to 6 miles per hour. That's going to be pushing a lot of that smoke into the valley for areas downwind of Butte County. That's going to be into Bucks Lake, into the Quincy area, and of course also into the Sacramento area as well. And then with the River fire, we're looking at winds out of east to northeast, driving a lot of that smoke down to the west, and it's also going to be filtering into some valley locations, and that will be impacting air quality. This is what it looks like right now. All of the red is unhealthy air quality. All of the purple color that you see there is very unhealthy. And you can see a lot of that for some of the areas that are immediately adjacent to where we have both of those fires. And unfortunately for tomorrow, it looks like the foothills are going to get the brunt of it. Take a look at the visibility. The worst visibility again for parts of the Sierra with 2-mile visibility in Truckee and South Lake Tahoe. Coming up from unhealthy air quality to triple-digit highs. We got a lot going on this weekend. We'll take a look at the rest of the forecast coming up.
All right, Tracy, thank you. And now to the River fire burning in Placer in Nevada counties after igniting on Wednesday. Evacuation orders for all of Colfax have just been lifted. There are still evacuation orders in effect for other parts of Placer County. We have the details for you at abc10.com. Now, the fire is at 2,600 acres. Good news, containment has grown to 40%. Here you can see the map of the fire and happening in Placer and Nevada counties. You see how the fire is moving northeast towards Highway 174 and Rollins Reservoir. Tonight, with some evacuation orders lifted, ABC 10's Kevin John spoke with the Red Cross about the toll this has taken on evacuees.
Well, it goes without saying that the river fire has taken a toll on those who have been displaced. Just imagine having to leave your home at a moment's notice only to find out that the memories you have created for decades have been destroyed. And that's why organizations like the Red Cross have been on the scene the last 24 hours to provide as much aid and resources to those who have lost everything. It's a humbling moment for anyone who has been in this situation. Adam Istis, who's a communications volunteer with the Red Cross, tells me what it's like to experience people in their most vulnerable moment.
Well, I witnessed a lot of uncertainty, I think is a key word in this type of situation, as people are really wondering when can they return home. A lot of people I met just didn't even know if their house was still standing or not.
He says he's been inspired by the amount of community members who have offered their support during these times.
Resilience is a key word that I would use to describe everything that I've seen in the last 24 hours, really, at Grass Valley. The community just really has come together, and I have not seen a lot of just personal devastation. I want to take credit for the Red Cross for that, because we have had a big helping hand in just being there for people during what is the worst days of their lives.
He went on to tell me that the Red Cross will be in Grass Valley until the last person is relocated or returned to their homes. Personally, I spoke with 2 different families this evening who were displaced, and while they didn't want to record an interview this evening, they told me over the phone they're grateful for the many people, even strangers, who have offered to assist in any way.
And a warning from the Placer County Water Agency tonight. People living in Colfax should not drink the water if it appears cloudy or dirty. They're telling people that live in that area to run the hot and cold lines until the water runs clear and to keep being mindful of water use while firefighters are in the area. Another danger firefighters are facing: widowmakers and snags. What is that? A widowmaker is a tree limb that is broken but not yet fallen off the tree yet. A snag is a dead or dying tree that has the potential to fall. Many neighbors may be frustrated by the police barricades keeping them from going to check on their homes, but these dangerous trees are part of the reason why they aren't allowed in.
Yesterday, a policeman was going down the road just right over here, and a tree came down, and he was trying to survey the damage.
Firefighters are walking the fire-scarred roadsides and neighborhoods to preemptively cut down potential snags and widowmakers. A very dangerous situation in the Colfax area. Tracy, we are also dealing with dangerous air quality too.
Yes, air quality is really going to be the buzzword over the course of the weekend, and we all know why. We got 2 fires that are really still churning: the Dixie fire, the River fire. And when the winds start to shift, any place that is downwind of that smoke kind of gets the brunt of it. So take a look at the smoke forecast, and I'm going to try to walk you through it because it's a lot to take in, right? The red here showing the opportunity. Right now, we're looking at unhealthy air quality from Red Bluff all the way down to Modesto. Now, where you're looking at the purple, that's very unhealthy to borderline hazardous. As we move into the overnight hours, take a look at this little carve out here. You see a little lighter color, that means better air quality. That's a little bit of a delta breeze that comes in early in the morning. As we move throughout the day, you'll see some nice clearing coming in, trying to make its way into the valley, and then around sunset, another burst comes in from the delta, and look at how conditions will improve. So Yuba City, Chico, Sacramento, Stockton, and Modesto, by early Sunday morning, you're going to see some relief. But Foothills, that's a completely different story.